Oh man, so it's it's over, guys. It's over. One of my favorite shows of all time. Um, One of my favorite animes of all time, rather. And like, it's over. It's oh man, like this has been a glorious ride of 13 episodes. I wish it was longer, but there's no more source material. They only signed on for 13 episodes anyway. And yeah, I guess we should talk about it. The main thing that we should probably talk about is that last scene, because I think that's the most hard-hitting scene that there was, maybe in the entire season. Maybe that's very just objective, like wise seeing it. But everything else that happened, it's important, but it wasn't as important as that last scene. But yeah, before we get into that, I just want to talk about the series itself and how I got into it real quick. It's really funny because last year in August 2014 is when I got into anime, essentially because like the last 4 years, or like my 4 years of high school, I was just all I did was watch Naruto filler and whatnot. Only anime I watched, nothing else. And then I watched Fairy Tail, and then I watched Sword Art Online, and I started tumbling into that anime realm. Kind of regret watching a few because now they're embedded in my mind and won't get out. But regardless, it was one night. I was stumbling upon I think it was Facebook or something. I think it was Reddit. I was stumbling upon Reddit, and they were talking about this one anime, how it got picked up for a second season, called My Teen Romantic Comedy SNAFU, or like in Japanese it's Origaru. So I was like, okay, I'll see if it's on Crunchyroll. Do. It's on there, and I watched all 13 episodes of the first season in one night, and I started like at freaking like 11 p.m. I watched all 13 episodes. Like in my mind now, that's insane. Cause like I'm pretty sure last year my sleeping schedule was a wreck, and but like I watched all 13 episodes in one sitting, in bed, and then not only that, I watched the OVA, the little side story, the next day. Like I don't do that now because I try to be more productive with my day and try to get things done and all this, like planning new shows to watch and to what to review and all of that. And it's like I just want to be more productive the other day, and like I can't even like I need to catch up with Yamada Kun and the Seven Witches so I can review it on Sunday when it comes out, like the entire show itself. But that ain't happening, or at least not yet, because there's only like what, Saturday left, and then it's already like late now. Anyway, let's talk about that last scene. And where do we begin? We have that date with Yui, Hachiman, and Yukinon, just going throughout the aquarium, just seeing like sharks and all of this. And I think Yukinon can see that Yui was trying to get Yukinon to express her feelings for Hachiman at that point. Just like leaving them alone in certain situations and all of this. But then Yukinon saw this and then left them alone in certain situations. So I think like both girls picked up on that. And then transitioning into that last scene, we see like Yui stops everyone, or like they all go hang out, talk about like Yukinon's situation and all of this, and she beats around the bush, but she still gets home, but like saying, look, we all know that we have feelings for one another, and this freaking twisted love triangle, which this love triangles are usually very stupid in anime, like a lot of times, and just not in anime, but in like shows and like TV and movies and stuff like that. It's usually stupid, especially like they're just stupid most of the time. But this show does it right. I don't know how it does it right, but it does. But what I do know is that this love triangle that's been going on between Yui, Yukinon, and Hachiman, it's gonna, like, Yui knows that only one girl can win, and not only that, that whoever does win, like this whole love triangle, like their relationship is gonna go like down the drain. So what I interpreted from the scene was that what Yui was trying to do is that she's trying to push Yukinon to express her feelings for Hachiman. That's why she gave her Valentine's chocolate to Hachiman there, so like Yukinon can do it herself and like push herself to do so. Because we see that Yukinon had it, and she had it like what, the day before, and she wanted to do it, but Haruno interrupted, and Yui just keeps on like trying to push and push and push, Yukinon to express her feelings and do her thing, and she says like, oh Yukinon, I have a solution to your problem, because right now Yukinon, she's a mess. Like, in her brain, everywhere, she's just a mess. Like, Yukino has issues with her family, and then she has the service club, and think about, like, remember last episode or where she was, making chocolate, or like teaching everyone to make chocolate, and then Haruno was like, "Oh, didn't you do that thing with Hachiman?" And it was like, "Oh yeah." And then like Haruno was asking, "Oh, who are you giving your chocolates to?" And she says someone, and that someone alluding to Hachiman, and I feel like the reason why that she hasn't expressed her feelings to Hachiman is that I don't think she knows how to do it due to the fact she's kind of been like that loner type of girl, and not only that is that she doesn't want to ruin everything that she has. Like one small step, the one wrong move can ruin their entire relationship. It can ruin the service club. It can ruin like her relationship with Yui and all of that. And what I love about this show is that like when Yui's about to answer, she like stumbles. She stumbles along like her words like a real person would. Like she's trying to put the right words together and like trying to put the right answer. And she's like, yeah, I think that would be. But nope, Hachiman stops her. And man, Hachiman, he's a very. I love his character. He is dense, but I love his character so much. Now I don't remember exactly when he said this. I know it was during the last scene, but it's when Hachiman he is having like an inner monologue, and he's telling us as an audience that he thinks of Yui as a nice girl, and he thinks of Yukinon as a strong girl, and now these are like his ideals of the two right there. But yet he's seeing like what he's seeing with his eyes, what he's seeing in front of him, aren't the same thing. He's seeing like Yukinon being weak, and he sees Yui being like mean. And like what Yui is trying to do, like what she's trying to get at, it's gonna in the end, like at the end of the day, like when like they all go home, they're gonna feel pain and it's gonna be suffering and all of that. And then what with Yukinon is like trying to express her feelings by forcing her, it's not gonna work because I think Hachiman wants Yukinon to confess her feelings on her own terms, like when she's ready to do so. And at the beginning of that last scene, we see Yui make a request to the service club and to everyone like just dealing with their group. And like remember earlier, Hachiman made a request finding something genuine among their relationship. But then we also see Yukinon make a request at the very end, but a cliffhanger. Ah, cliffhanger. And as I said in my last episode review, they've caught up with the light novels, the source material. Like everything is caught up. Like there's literally no more books. Actually, a book literally came out on the 24th, I believe, just literally a few days ago. So, and that's volume 11, and I believe the author said that volume 12 is going to be the last book. And 2 books isn't enough to make like an entire anime season. And then on Twitter, if you follow them on Twitter, like the anime guys, they said thank you for watching this, because SNAFU, I think it's pretty popular in Japan as well, and it's always recommended to watch. But not only that, they said whenever the light novels are finished, I think they said they're either gonna make maybe another anime season or definitely like a movie. Obviously not like that type of blockbuster movie, but like it's probably like a 45-minute movie that fits the last 2 books. And there was Haruno this season, and I feel like if anything, if there was a villain of because you usually need an antagonist in the show to make things like going, and that's what essentially Haruno did, was to keep things going. And her character, I feel like that she is one of the most complicated characters I've seen in anime and like in media in general. And it's fantastic in most cases. Sometimes it's not so fantastic. It's I can't always interpret what she's saying, but at the end of the day, at the end of this series, I feel like her character, if you've seen season 1, that her character is kind of like Hayama in the sense that she is this ideal person that everyone expects to be, that she is built up to be, and to an extent, she's kind of jealous of her little sister due to the fact that like her little sister, she gets to live on her own, she gets to somewhat be on her own person. At the end of the day, she still has the objective of making her little sister, her own person and not leaning on anybody else. And then I think it was last episode or maybe like episode 10 where she calls, Hachiman boring now, because I think she sees that Yukinon is leaning on Hachiman now. Like she's like latching onto him, because remember in this episode we see that she gives the exact same response to her sister when on the phone that Hachiman told her to give. And well, he didn't tell her to give her, but that was the reason why. And I think freaking what's her name? I'm blanking out here. Haruno sees this, and and she sees that Hachiman sees this too, and Hachiman, he's just going along with it. He's not trying to help or change her or any way, shape, or form. But there's that. Anyway, I believe I touched on everything in this last finale episode. If I didn't, let me know down in the comments below. And this series has been great. Like I said, I love this series. It's probably my top tier anime, like my top favorite anime. And yeah, it's sad to see it go. Hopefully the movie comes out when both light novels or the last light novel comes out, which it doesn't have a date. Like I said, the last one came out like just a few days ago in Japan. And I'm hoping that Yen Press, Anime Expo is coming up in LA. Hopefully they announce like, hey, we're gonna license these light novels, and hopefully one of them is SNAFU or Origaru. Doesn't really matter how you say it, but hopefully it's one of them. So I can actually buy the copies, because I want to buy the copies and put them on my shelf right here. Anyway, it's been a wonderful journey, you guys. It's been a heart-wrenching, complicated, convoluted journey, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And let me know what anime you are looking for summer 2015 that is not an ecchi harem series, because for some reason there's a lot of them this entire year. It's stupid. But let me know like what legit series you're thinking about watching. Let me know if I should review it down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the episode, on the series, on season 2, on light novels down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on next time. So until then, bye bye.